Hi, hello everyone, and thank you for always coming to tune and watch my videos. Welcome. Today is a Saturday and we are here at the Portsmouth Historical Dockyard. We are about to go to experience a water bus of Harbour tours here, so we're gonna be experiencing a lot of history in the water. At the moment we are waiting for the water bus time to start, which is 4:15. So let's wait and see. We have a ticket already, and a ticket for 1 year is around £51, and a day ticket is £36. And there is a lot to see and learn in this historical dockyard, so you can't even cover everything within a day. So for that reason we have a yearly ticket, which is £51, so we can be able to be coming back. You can come back as much time as you like and go and explore all the things in this dockyard. So we are starting with the water bus and see what else we can see today, and another time when we have more time we'll come and do more. It's for 1 year, so think about it. It's a lot of things we can do in a year and explore everything inside the Portsmouth Historical Dockyard. Welcome, and let's do this together. Love and peace. That's how the ticket looks like, and if you misplace it you can always have it replaced. You just have to remember your address, postcode. So guys, it's worth it. If you think of paying £36 only for 1 day visit, and it's too much in here that you cannot cover within a day, and you can pay £51 for 1 year, so I think £51 is better off, and that's what actually we have. So I'm gonna be showing you around the historical dockyard in Portsmouth. So let's wait for water bus to be ready and we'll go. And as you can see, we've been seeing Spinnaker Tower everywhere we are, and this is because tall building of Portsmouth. We've been on the top, so we know a little bit of Spinnaker Tower, and we know it is 170 meters high, and you can go in there and go to the top. So yes guys, let's keep waiting. We'll see boat and learn more. Thank you.
Why?
Cheese. Yeah.
I'll take your finger.
Catherine and I have been in there. We came down and did painting again.
Oh, okay.
Definitely that one with a colour. Blowing up at the boat.
No, we can't.
Here we are, guys. We are going to board now to our water bus. Those hopefully we can go to the top. Oh my goodness. Hello.
Step outside the ramp there for me. If you'd like to go top, it's on the right hand side.
Thank you. Here we are. We are going up to the top again. Enjoy this to the maximum.
I'll give you a race. I'll give you a race. First one to the top.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Windy up here. That's where we are dressed, and today is a kind of a dull day. It looks like it's going to rain, but it's not. That's how it looks today. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow morning, so yeah, it might brighten up. We never know with the English weather. It changes all the time. Yes. Let's enjoy this tour. I think it takes up to 45 minutes. Let's see. That one over there is a warrior ship. So with our ticket, you are also allowed to go inside and explore. So we shall do that, but not promising today. One of these days.
had some bigger ones. But no, the first one were the small ones. They built the bigger ones. They did. Drop the round.
Yep.
And just to give you a bit of realism, just put up a sheet.
Oopsie. The journey has started,
Well,
guys.
very good afternoon, friends, and welcome aboard the Alley Cat. Just a very brief safety announcement as we're backing out the camper here. In the very unlikely event of an emergency, please try to remain calm and seated. Full instructions will be given to you by myself or one of the crew. If you have any worries, problems or concerns whilst you're making our way around the harbour, please don't hesitate to speak to the crew. Now if you can and if you want to, face the Warrior, the big black ship here with the 3 masts. That's the starboard side, right hand side. And for the first half of the harbour tour, everything's going to pass down that starboard side there. Warrior was the first of our iron-hulled warships, built in 1859 on the River Lee, commissioned in 1860. It was built on an 18-inch thick Burma teak frame that after they bobbed the iron plates onto. The ship was steam-powered as well as sail. In its day considered so formidable, nobody dare go anywhere near it. It never even got to fire a shot in anger. It was the pride of Queen Victoria's fleet, and it was head of the Red Fleet back in the day, when Britain had 3 fleets. They were the red, the white and the blue. Now Warrior was built by a company called the Thames Iron Works. They had a football team. Over the years it becomes West Ham. This is why their nickname is the Hammers or the Irons, because of the Thames Iron Works. Oh, here comes the big banana boat. Look at that, time the thing's on straight. Now how lucky is that? They're going to Bridgetown in Barbados. And then they come back, they're back to Barbados. What a lovely ship to work on. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second then. I'm just going to mention the corner of South Railway. Don't you hear the start of HMS Nelson? 3.5 miles of continuous quay operated by the Navy. The red brick building here with a stone tower is called Semaphore Tower, home to the King's Harbour Masters. We call them KHM for short. They have total control of every vessel's movement in and around this port, from the smallest workboats right up to the largest of the cross-channel ferries. Now they're always watching with radar and CCTV, and they have Ministry of Defence police who patrol this harbour 24 hours a day. The blue building we are fast approaching was the waiting room of a Victorian railway station. It was the end of the line, literally, for the troop trains, the supply trains, and now and again, even the occasional Royal train stop there. just got to hold fire for a sec, guys, because the Luzon Straits coming down the centre of the channel, and there is a restricted area around the carrier, so we'll just wait for a sec.
See the waters, guys. See the waters.
Yeah.
Very good afternoon to you, pilot. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Right, the pilot on board the Lombok Strait, because these ships need a pilot to take them in and out. He knows the waters, and he's just radioed up and said thank you very much to us and the passengers for waiting.
Actually, the Lombok
Guys,
Strait
she's
is
empty
going
all
to
those
Barbados,
containers are
guys.
empty. But when she comes in fully laden and the ship's right down to the water,
It's going to Barbados.
she brings only bananas.
Here
She
it
brings
comes.
20 million bananas per shipload.
Bananas
Otherwise,
cruise ship.
bananas.
Oh,
Screw away, please.
so that one is going to Barbados, guys.
See, the tugboats are all connected up to him, look, just in case. Right, there they go. Big safe for us too. Well guys, we're just coming up to the first of the two aircraft carriers. So this is HMS Queen Elizabeth.
That is aircraft carrier. Probably we'll have a good view on our way back. Let me see.
Now these are what they call QEC or Queen Elizabeth class carriers. And at 65,000 tons, these are the largest carriers ever built for the Navy. And
Wow, look at that.
and they were mostly built in Ross Ice. Now guys, you timed it right, because on Monday the Queen Elizabeth leaves, and on Wednesday Prince of Wales leaves, so there'll be no carriers next week. So you timed it just right to come and see them. 283 metres long, 39 metres wide at the waterline, 73 metres wide above the top deck.
Sorry.
A full quota of aircraft is 36. Most of the aircraft carried are F-35B Lightning II multi-role fighters, and they're small and different types of helicopter. The crew complement on board these carriers is 679 people. named after rivers because they are river-class patrol vessels. Those massive big hangars or sheds over to the right used to be the site of BAE systems. They don't build ships here in Devon. Not the contract or upgrades and maintenance. Well, we're just coming up to the Wave Knight. It's a fast fleet tanker, a replenishment ship. You would rendezvous with ship right out at sea. And the first thing they do is connect to us, start pumping fuel into you, because that's what takes time. Now, while that's going on, they start passing over your food, your water, your ammunition. She wasn't big enough to look after the aircraft carriers. This is being done by 4 much bigger, much newer, tiny fast tankers. So this one's been taken out of service, decommissioned, off-board. She's up for sale.
That one is up for sale.
Was built by some of the local priests. Digging out the second harbour. And we think they're building it for us. So our guard can stand on the top and try to keep some sort of watch. They really were scattered like ants everywhere. They can cause any problems, trouble, or mischief they want. The tower is the end of the Royal Naval Quay. And everything down the bottom is the commercial port. And the hot rock strait was over there to the right of us. That's where the banana boat was tied up. Now all these three pillars into those big sheds there pointing up. They are the second biggest import of conservation. They bring 70% of all of the UK's bananas to those sheds. Now remember, none of that fruit's ripe. It's all green. So they goes in there, it's fumigated, held for a week or two before going on to the main distributors and pass them on to the supermarket. We are fully booked with cruise ships for 2 years, and we are the second busiest ferry port in the UK, second only to England.
Yeah, we are the second biggest ferry port in the UK. And if you come with a ferry to Portsmouth from either France or wherever, this is where you come to land. Portsmouth International Port.
Most of the boats coming here are the cruising boats, taking care of Cardiff, Sherborne, Bahar, San Malo, Malta. Now tomorrow night, we have one of the big ferries from Liverpool City. As we get to the end of Queensland, I'm looking forward here. Look at ship would be sat on the mud. So starting with the Victorians, they dredged Have you spotted the two other frigates over there? The first one is the Monmouth, and behind it the Montrose. Now both of those frigates over there have been taken out of service, decommissioned. The first one, the Monmouth, has been stripped of everything and anything that was left. And every time after Monday, September 1st, sometime in September, a huge tugboat will arrive to drag that ship away around the bay of the day for a scrap yard service, which will be sold for the net. So how much do you think the scrap yard bought the ship of our navy for? £700,000 scrap value. Next month, another one. Now this set of grey cranes here is known as UHAF, UHAF. This is Upper Harbour Acquisition Facility. And this is where the 12,000 missiles and ammunition safely over there where the Now this is the best opportunity for photographs of these carriers. I'm going to go right out into the channel. So if you want to photograph one behind the other, or if you want to get the control towers, right down there. As I make my way across the channel, straight in front of us, covered in green bushes and trees, is a little island. Now officially this is called Burrow Island. Ask any local, this is Rat Island. Now look what's happened when the tide's run out. A mud bank rise, so you can walk from the land across the mud onto the island. That's where they dumped the dead body, the rest of the died in the harbour, until it was totally overrun with flat rats to the port. The local people were terrified. They feared the return of the body. And they commissioned the Navy. So the Second World War, the Russians were hoping to bombs. And these little birds carried messages back over the English Channel from France, working with the SOE. Now let me just stop for a second. Look into the middle of the carriers, because this is a nice photo. Look, the oldest commissioned ship in the world, the Victory, right smack bang in the middle of these two carriers. Launched in 1765 at Chatham. Back in the day, the Victory was one of the best fighting ships available anywhere in the world. We called them first-rate ships. Now every time you wanted to build one, you had to destroy 100 acres of your best forest. Just to build that ship, you need 6,000 whole trees, 80% of which were oak. It became famous at the Battle of Trafalgar, and this is where Nelson gets seen by a sharpshooter and shot. Carried down below decks. Before Nelson dies, it takes him 2.5 hours to burn him. Before he dies, he asks his friends, please don't bury me at sea. I want a Christian burial back home. He loved England so much. What are they doing with the dead body? eventually completed in 2005. So they call it Spinnaker Tower, as it's supposed to look like a spinnaker sail. The estimated build cost back then had been 6 to 8 million. The lottery people said, we'll pay for that. 5 years behind schedule. Rockets for 34 million. They said, well, we're not paying for that. And it's left to the local ratepayers to pick up the tab. So from the platform, 23 miles or more, 2 years ago. And guys, it's hard to see. And I know exactly where to look. But if you look over the head and over to the right, there's a marine over there. Now if you look across to the right through the yacht mast of the marina, there's 2 big grey sheds back there. Now, right in the middle of those 2 big grey sheds, it's right high up, is a massive jet black submarine. Now, it's called the Alliance, and obviously it's too late to name. It's the Royal Navy Submarine Museum, of course. The tour through that submarine is absolutely fantastic. If you're going to come back again sometime, can you see it? Look, if you look through there now, it's pointing across to that green and white light. Now that's Haslett Creek, and Haslett Creek there was HMS Dolphin, the Royal Navy submarine base. The last of the diesel class submarines left there, 1987. The new ones now all becoming nuclear, heading to Devonport and Faslane. It still remained as Dolphin until 1990. Well, we're just waiting for this catamaran over to the left of us to swing round and make its way out. So while we're waiting, please look at that square, cream-coloured tower over there. It's got scaffolding around the bottom of it. Now, officially, that was called the SET, Submarine Escape Training Tank. We all know it as the Dive Tower. It's a 100-foot big swimming pool. Now, if you were a submariner, every 2 years you had to go back over there to the Mackenzie buildings. And you would enter through the bottom an airlock. It's literally like a little tube. You go in, no life jacket, just yourself. You go in and you flood yourself with water. Now when the water is at your chin, you've literally got a second to hold your breath. Seconds later the water's above your head. You open this hatch, and with that one breath, you then swim slowly up to the top. Now, there's divers every 25 yards above you watching. You've got to blow little bubbles. They must see you're breathing out as you're coming up. If you panic, they'll come and help. They'll stick a reg in your mouth so you can breathe. But if you can't do that unaided after 2 or 3 goes, you can't work on the submarine. That's everyone, from the captain right down to the cook. Now today, it's nothing to do with submarine service anymore. It's the Devonport. It's a grade 2 listed building. It's used by those free diving people to practice their That's a lovely view of out to the eastern slope. There goes the banana boat back to Barbados Road, Bridgetown. There's the Isle of Wight. Those sea defence forts, 2 of them were hotels. They've been built out of 15-foot thick stone blocks dropped onto shallow shoals on the seabed. They've each got their own freshwater well. The well is 400 meters down. Water comes from a river under the seabed. Now, about 6 weeks ago, the 2 that are visible now, they were sold for just over £1.1 million each. That's a big loss. He paid £4.5 million just for the one over by the Isle of Wight. So we did take a bit of a loss there. So there's a little tanker hugging the coast of the Isle of Wight. Now just here to the right, stick to the history, Spice Island. Now right here, Sir Walter Raleigh plans the first tobacco. 5 Christmas when he comes back from the Americas in the late 1500s. Now, years later, they are press ganging hundreds of people into an inn from here. So why is there always so many sailors hanging around there then? Well, first of all, there was over 100 drinking establishments here. But what made it a little bit more popular, it was home to the infamous Broad Street. Broad Street was where ladies of the night would sell their little reputes to the drunken sailors. I just sort of caught my eye and out to the harbour entrance. Look at the hovercraft beating its way across the... They call it a flight because it's not touching the water. Look at it. Look at the splashing. It takes him 10 minutes to fly across the water to South Sea Beach. It's the last passenger-carrying hovercraft service in Europe. Well, I guess this is the shops. This is the end of the tour for us all today. Could you please check? Have you got all of the belongings and possessions you brought aboard with you? Because when you get off here, I'm going straight over to the Isle of Wight. You can't get nothing back. So make sure everything, you've got your phone, your keys, bits and pieces. From the crew myself, thank you for coming along with us today. We hope you enjoyed our tour. If you did, if you wish, we do have a little thank you tin. Of course, it's off. Take great care stepping off the vessel and enjoy the rest of the evening at the shop. Please be careful stepping off the vessel.
Guys, the tour ends here. So we had a good history. We listened to it. And yes, we learned something new again today about Portsmouth. Via back to our favorite place. Look at that.
No.
Step up there now, please. Have yourself a nice day there now, miss, won't you? All good?
Thank you.
There we go, miss. You have a nice day.
Why didn't he go across the road? No, he's across the one. There's two bridges.
So guys, normally the boat was supposed to take us back to the historical dockyard, but because it was the last one for the day, we had to drop off by the Gunwharf Quays. So we will be going back to the dockyard, historical dockyard, for more exploring. So it was nice anyway. We enjoyed that. And see this, the beauty of Portsmouth. Here we go, guys. Look at this yacht, so beautiful. They look expensive too. It's always busy here. Always.
Eh? assume they can. Just trees. Like in the flat. So I assume they can.
Butter. You came from like down there.
After the tour, guys, we sat down at Canwharf to have a cup of coffee. We had latte. There is Italian cafe just behind me, and you can always sit on any of these and enjoy your coffee. So we had latte and some type of biscuits to get some energy. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for always checking on my videos. Thank you. Please consider to subscribe and like and share the videos, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers.